go to the, well, really the main event of the day. It's the pentathlon, and what a great field we've got lined up from that. We've got number 1 Guy Leach from Manly, 2 Craig Riddington from Manly, 3 Dean Koski from Swansea Belmont, 4 Darren Goldsworthy from Southport, that's in South Australia, 5 Darren Mercer from Thirroul, 6 Greg Naylor from City of Perth, 7 Tim McDermott from North Narrabeen, and 8 is Peter Noble from the entrance. And in the first event, the sprint, I think you'll find that Mercer will be closest to camera, and the 2 Manly teammates, Riddington and Leach, will be the next 2. So you can see the beach, trying to find the competitors. They've got to be down there somewhere. And the sea at the moment is all clear. And this is an incredible event. What happens is we've got 5 events. They start with a run, and then we go through successive events, and each competitor has a 60, well, the competitors have 60-second gaps between each event.
Here they are, they're ready for the start, and there we have a first false start. These guys are fairly toughy to get away.
Well, Leach and Riddington, you can tell in the light blue caps.
That's right. And you can also see Noble there from the entrance. He's quite quick across the beach. The white cap with the 2 blue stripes. There's quite a good picture of them from behind. You can see Riddington and Leach in the centre as they move up towards the line. And they're away. And we can see, looks like Darren Mercer on this side is doing well. On the other side is Koski from Swansea. There's also the North Narrabeen competitor, and it's Leach. It's Leach, like Leach has come across the line in last place, and we'll have the official placings there. Now these guys have 60 seconds to get down to the beach and get ready for the next event, which is the ski leg. 60 seconds from the moment the first competitor crosses the line until the start of the next leg. So they're down there busying themselves ready for the next leg.
Well, obviously, from the looks of that, Guy Leach is glad that they don't have long sprints in Ironman and these triathlon competitions.
That's right, David. It's amazing that he is such an excellent runner over long distances, but on the short courses you saw there, he finished last in that beach sprint. And I guess that's an example of you have guys with fast twitch fibre and slow twitch fibre, and he's an excellent long course runner, but not a short course.
We're about to see them get off on the first of these ski sections. Now, the surf that we've seen so far today, we've seen quite a few paddlers get halfway and finish up with the ski back at the beach and left stranded out trying to catch a wave back themselves, and we've seen quite a bit of that in all of the competition during the day. Are these fellows so experienced that that won't happen to them, or is the beach on the surfing conditions going to be too strong for them as well?
Well, that's I think it's you'll find that they've just started the ski leg now, and it's going to be hard for the most experienced competitors of all out there today, and they're doing well. You can see Craig Riddington in the centre is doing well, along with Guy Leach, both of them with the sky blue caps from Manly. They've hit, you can see they've only hit small waves. It's already knocking them around. They're being swept down to the northern end of the beach, and you can see over on the far left, looks like could be Darren Mercer there, and also in the centre, Craig Riddington from the Manly club doing well. Hit a wave there, bounced over the top, and there's one off already. Can't pick who that is exactly yet. There's one off, there's 2 off, and they're waiting for a wave, and 1 is through, 2, 3 just through, and they'll be going for it now. Looks like Greg Naylor of the City of Perth has come through in front, and it might be Peter Noble, and yes, no, Noble's off as well, and yes, I think it's looks like the City of Perth competitor Greg Naylor is the only one out on the red ski at this stage. A bit hard to pick up their cap from here, but I think it's the City of Perth competitor Greg Naylor, City of Perth competitor Greg Naylor, who's taken the lead, and the rest of them are just getting out over those waves now.
Well, they've waited for the small set really to come in so that they made their move, and it was quite obvious that they were sitting back and waiting for the big set to come through. The surf boats over to the northern end of the beach were having great difficulties, and now you see Naylor's got a good break of about 20 or so metres, so obviously the run back into the beach is going to be very important too, Mick. With this big surf you can get one wave, and that can take you from last to first so quickly.
That's exactly right. You'll find they'll turn the cans out here and they can pick up a wave. These waves are breaking 300 and 400 metres out to sea today. It's quite incredible surf out here. All the competitors are out, and in fact this is one of the few races we've seen so far today where all the competitors have actually got out through the break. But it's Naylor with a big break now. He must be 30 or 40 metres in front. It looks like we've got Koski from Swansea, McDermott from North Narrabeen in the white cap is also doing well, and Craig Riddington and Guy Leach are also coming up through the pack. But at this stage, there's definitely the City of Perth competitor, Greg Naylor, just about coming up to the black and white can and turning around it now, as you can see. There's a nice overhead shot of the other competitors. They're back now about 20 or 30 metres behind. And David, before too long, you'll see the red ski of Naylor turn and head back into the wave area. And let's hope a big set comes up, because this is going to be exciting stuff.
Well, the thing about the big set you're talking about, Mick, earlier today when we've seen some of the heats and semi-finals of the ski legs, we've seen competitors get a long way in front and be dashed with a big set. Do they wait for the bigger set, or do they wait for one which they find themselves most comfortable in catching?
Oh, that's right. No, as you say, they can't afford to do it in the final, and here comes a wave, and there's quite a few of them on it. It's a huge wave as they're coming through from right at the back, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them on it. We've got Goldsworthy from South Australia, I think, is on it, and hard to pick up their caps at this stage, but there's 4 of them on it. And it's started to pick up now. Now, can they hold it? It's going to break down behind them. Now, they've got this wave a fair way out, so it looks like that one of them's off already.
There's 1 gone.
Oh, and the ski's gone up in the air.
There's 2 gone. Naylor's gone. 3 gone. There's only the one on the southern end of the beach who's still going. So that's 3.
Craig Riddington.
I think it's Craig Riddington.
It's Craig Riddington of Manly. Riddington from Manly is the only one that's held that wave. And we saw Goldsworthy go off, Koski go off. Well, okay, on the second wave, we can't see him on screen at this stage. Now we can see Riddo paddling in towards the shore, and he's just about to hit the sand. He's got to finish between the 2 orange flags, so he's just hitting the sand now, and he'll drag his ski up and across between the 2 orange flags. And the race still isn't finished yet. He's got to get across the line with his ski.
Now, what happens to these other competitors? Do they have to take their skis and drag them back, or are they out altogether?
No, that's right. Now, what happens, you can see Goldsworthy from South Australia, plus some of the other competitors will fallen off. They've got to reclaim their skis, take it back out between the 2 orange flags, and take them across again before they're awarded with the points for finishing. Now we see that Noble's come across the line in second place, I think, and Tim McDermott has also come in, and we can see there on screen Craig Riddington sucking them in. There we have Noble the entrance now, just crossing the line in screen now.
And where's Guy Leach gone to?
Guy Leach actually fell off that wave as well, and he's crossed the line just in front of that.
I might just explain that what happens in this pentathlon is that it's not necessarily a progressive event. What happens is that they get so many points for each event, and it's a bit like the pentathlon in the Olympic Games, in that you get points for each event from 1st to 8th, and that's the way you keep going with the 60-second break now. So at this stage, one would think that Riddington would be holding a commanding lead, of course he's an outstanding swimmer, so one would think after the swim leg that Craig Riddington would be well in front.
Okay, that's right. Now we've got to remember that Riddo did finish second last in the first event, which was the beach sprint, and Guy Leach in fact finished last in that, and so they got a lot of points in those, and it is the competitor with the lowest points that wins the event. Now Riddington has picked up a 1st place in the ski, so that's put him back up near the lead. We're waiting for the official results to come through of each legs, and we'll give you the updates on point scores as we go along. Can't be more than about 10 seconds rest to go now before they start to swim, and these guys are going to need every bit of rest they can, because they're going to be diving under some big waves out the back here now, and this is probably the hardest one of the lot, is diving down under these waves. They're still breaking about 8 or 10 feet at the moment, tide's very low, and they're lining up ready to go now, and it won't be long before they're underway. And there they go. Okay, we see Darren Mercer waiting well. They've dived in. He's in the centre with the white cap and the 1 blue stripe from Thurul. Over on the left, you can see Peter Noble, the entrance, is doing well. Also, Craig Riddington waiting well, and Guy Leach right behind him. 2 of them in the sky blue cap. And these guys are running hard across the bank, trying to gain as much distance through the wave before they start swimming. Now, it's not a long swim here today, David. They'll be just passing the break and going around one of the orange cans, and then they're likely to be able to get a wave nearly as soon as they've turned the can and come back to the beach, so it'll give them a bit of a rest.
Well, originally, of course, they were going to have the long swim, the same as the ski league, all the way out and all the way back, and under today's conditions, it'll be a good 800-metre swim, and that certainly would have favoured Riddington, who's a great long-distance swimmer.
That's
but
right.
Certainly with, even now, though, it's going to take a great deal of determination and plenty of good lungs to get out and back very quickly, because that surf really is bringing them up.
That's right. You can see Peter Noble now from the entrance is in front. He's just gone under a wave. Now he might be able to yes, you can just see he sneaked up under that one, and the others were hit a little bit harder, but they're starting to close the gap on him now. He's probably not the strongest swimmer in the field, but as you saw, he's an excellent wader, and he's gone up under another wave, and there's 1, 2, 3, nearly most of the field is through that wave, and there is a big set coming out the back, but I think they're clear of these sets now, and I think what you'll find in a race like this, David, also is that these guys will try and save themselves just a little bit, because if they turn the can and they're completely out of wind, they could do themselves some damage and get themselves in trouble, because they're going to have to really hang on to the wind.
Well, the can's, of course, a long way to the south of where they are at the moment, so they've got a fair swim to even get to the can to turn round, and yet Noble is on the extreme northern end at the moment, so even though he's a long way in front, the others could well get the angle and finish up beating him to the can anyway.
Yes, that's correct, and you can see they've just changed their direction now. They're just heading across to the right, and you can see now, they're all, as David has just said, they're almost swimming right angles to the beach, so one of the reasons they've gone so far north was because that's a slightly easier alley for them to swim out through the break. And once they've gone out through the waves, a little bit of more of a rip up this end, and the water is moving faster out off the bank in that end, and they have then turned right angles to come across to the can. You can't see the can yet, but they're heading straight for it. Now, Noble's been unlucky being up the other end. You can see him in screen there. He was leading, and now he's dropped back to about third or fourth place, and in front with the white cap and the red and the blue stripe, the green stripe, and that'll be Darren Goldsworthy from Southport. He's a former Australian junior Ironman champion, and right on his heels is Craig Rinnington. Now, Craig Rinnington will be the best swimmer in the field, so I'd expect to see him catch Goldsworthy by the time they get to the can. You can see Rinnington going now. Now, he's stroking very fast, and he's catching up to Goldsworthy with every stroke. On his outside, can't pick up the cap at this stage, but the third place getter just coming into the cans. Could be, yes, it's Guy Leach. Up there also is Mercer, and they come around the can. Oh, they've had trouble getting around that can. Craig Rinnington in a bit of spot of bother, and Darren Mercer you can see there as well. They're coming around, and it's still Goldsworthy in front. Craig Rinnington in second place. Darren Mercer right behind them. And here's a wave, and look at the size of this one. They've gone down it, and Rinnington went down it. So did Goldsworthy, and they've disappeared in the wash. I doubt if anyone will come up out of this one. What a wave. Can't see a sight of anyone at this stage. Incredible wave. They've gone down it. It was a determined effort from these guys to actually even attempt to go down it. Mercer and Leach were the two that went down it, and so was Craig Rinnington. And you can see now that's Darren Mercer, the closest to our screen here. And on his other side is, that looks like Guy Leach. He's waiting there for a wave now. Backstroking, waiting for a wave. And there he is in the centre of the screen now. Naylor is also doing well. Guy Leach backstroke in the centre of the screen, waiting for a wave. Darren Goldsworthy not far behind them. Craig Rinnington also up there. Okay, Guy Leach, you can see him in front. He's about halfway in through the wave area, and all of a sudden we've got it's flattened out. So these guys in a 10 or 12 foot surf could be faced with the situation of swimming all the way to the beach. But you can see there's Guy Leach now. He's waiting for a wave, and he should be able to pull over this one. And if he can get onto this, it should take him in. Yes, there he is. He's a good surfer, this guy. And he'll take this right through to the beach, I'd say. And right next to him is just out of screen. Mercer is also on the same wave. So this is going to be an incredible finish as they run up the beach. They'll get ready to stand at any stage. Up. And it's Mercer on the left and Leach on the right. Mercer's just ahead of him. He's 10 yards in front, but Leach isn't giving up. They want these points. And it's Mercer's crossed the line in front. Leach right behind him. And that's given 1 point there to Mercer, 2 points to Leach. And these guys needed those points because, as you saw before, Leach finished well back in the beach sprint and midfield in the ski. Okay, coming up also now in the next section is Goldsworthy, just crossed the line, and Tim McDermott now coming up. You can see Tim McDermott here on screen with a white cap. He's only a junior competitor. It's a top ebb from him. Peter Noble, the early leader from the entrance club, right on screen with a white cap and the 2 blue stripes, just crossing the line. He had a great start, but was disadvantaged and ending up the other end of the area when they had to swim back. Okay, these guys now are going into the board leg. Remembering the minute rest started from when the first competitor crossed the line. So these guys, some of them just crossing the line a second ago, would probably only get 20 or 30 seconds rest at the tops. And they're just about ready now for the start of the board race. Lining up now, you can see Darren Goldsworthy there, Craig Rinnington on the yellow board next to him, and they're really sucking the wind in now. These guys are tired and they've got to go out and do it again with only a minute's rest or less. Moving into the water now, the gun's just about ready to go. There's Goldsworthy in screen, you can see Koski, and off they go. And there's Leach on the pink board on on the top end of your screen. Started well. Darren Mercer on the white board and the white cap and the one blue stripe in the centre. And Craig Riddington down here. Looks like Craig Riddington's got the best of the start. He's on the yellow board, the sky blue cap and the sky blue costumes, and he's off to a good start. And on his side is it's either Noble or Goldsworthy, and also now Mercer. Mercer's now starting to show his prowess as a board paddler. These guys have got a long way to go though before they even get through the break, and it's still Riddington about half a length in front, and they've come over another wave each. It's still tightly bunched, the whole field are together. Riddington now electing to bounce over that wave. Now what he did was he leaned back, got the nose in the air and bounced over that wave, and all the others elected to roll, and it's given Riddington about a couple of lengths lead. Now that one broke fairly hard. You see he had to go under it, and look at this wave coming in front of them. It's a huge one, and they've all had to roll underneath it. It's going to be very difficult to get out on these boards.
Well, they've got another one coming straight up too, Mick, and it's not going to be easy to get out. He was telling me earlier in the day that some of these events could finish up being a lottery because of the fact that the big sets come, and then all of a sudden, as we saw at the end of the swim leg, the surf just flattened out altogether. But yet if the surf had flattened out initially and someone from out the back had got one of the big sets, they could have gone from last to first, and that could easily happen even in this particular leg, for instance.
That's exactly right. And, you can see with these guys here, at least David, the waves are breaking evenly. At least they're pretty even across the beach, and it's not breaking for some guys and not breaking for others. So it's a pretty even break across the beach, but the tide at the moment is very low, and you can see it's coming down that sandbank consistently. And the guys now have seen half a break, and they're going for it. They're sprinting down this side. You can see, looks like Naylor from City of Perth, and he's just gone under that wave, and Riddington as well. Now they've snuck under that, and Mercer's got the best of it. You can see him there on the whiteboard. He's had the best of the break, and will he get out just over this one? He might just sneak over the top. You can see it coming, and there's a big set behind it as well.
Well, one got over. That was Craig Riddington, wasn't it?
No, Darren Mercer.
Well, Mercer's got through,
and he's doing very well, and he's just gone under this one as well. It's a big wave, and it's broken on the rest of it.
Well, there's one lost, one board's gone, two boards are gone.
And now that's Dean Koski from Swansea Belmont has just broken his board in half, David.
Well, here we are coming back towards the beach. There's a green board, half of which is back on the beach at the moment. The other half, which is about to come back, and a rather disconsolate Koski is coming back. A pink board's on its way back into the beach, and at the moment we can see Mercer. He's almost out to the tanker, which is about 2 miles off the sea, and the rest of them are in his wake.
That's right, and yeah, what a lead. You can see it looks like you can see the broken board there. It's in screen at the moment. He'd be very upset. These craft are worth something like $600, and you know, it's a Coolite board. They're racing craft, and he's going to be pretty upset. Now we can see looks like Darren Mercer, and have a look at the lead he's got. That is absolutely phenomenal. He's got to be something like...
well, the rest of them would need binoculars to see him at the moment. He's that far in front.
Oh, he must be something like 100 or 150 metres in front. And that just goes to show you about the surf conditions here today. When he had a go, or what happened was when that set came through, he decided that he'd have a go at it, and he just snuck over the top. You saw those couple of waves come through, and he just snuck over the top of them, and the others got wiped out, and it washed them back, and he's now set up a lead of like 150 metres. He could have a baked dinner at the Cairns and still come in front, I think, in this one, David.
Well, the thing is, of course, it's taken on first, second, third, fourth, all the way through to 8, and that's how the points are allocated. But of course, in the modern pentathlon and the Olympic Games, it's taken on time. So, say this was the modern pentathlon of the Olympics, Mercer would almost set up an unassailable lead because he's so far in front of the rest. But because they're taking only on firsts and seconds and so on, he can probably afford to take a good rest at the moment and save himself for the last leg, and so that he can come away with the victory.
Yes, and I guess that's one of the exact reasons, David, that they have chosen to not go on times, because with the variable of the surf and all these type of events, a guy can sneak out like Mercer and end up so far in front and really get an unrealistic lead out of it because of the fact that he's just snuck over a wave. But we can see coming up after that, we've got Craig Riddington is up there as well, but Mercer in centre screen now has turned, and he's on his way home. Now you can see he's taking it fairly easy because he knows he's got a big lead, and there's no use him expending himself. He may as well take it fairly comfortably. He'll still take out the first points, but he's still got the beach flags to finish with after this one.
And the big thing is he's got the full 60 seconds to get his breath back.
That's exactly right. Okay, and that's an extra interesting point too, because he's going to come back in, and we've got the ski leg, I'm sorry, still to come after this, and he'll hit the beach, and the other guys mightn't get any rest at all. He might in fact be more than 60 seconds in front, which means that when he hits the beach, the clock starts, and the other competitors might be more than 60 seconds behind, and he might actually start the ski league before the others even hit the beach. So I'll be interested to see just how far he is in front.
Well, of course, the waves are starting to roll in again now too. A couple of big sets about to come through, and this could also make a big difference on the result of this board leg.
And it's also interesting information just to come to hand that Darren Goldsworthy and Guy Leach will both be disqualified for not competing in the board league. And look at the wave that Mercer's on. He's picked up about a 10-foot wave, and look at the size of that wave behind him. It's got to be a 10-foot of whitewater, but it's a nice rolling wave, and he's held it perfectly. He's held it perfectly. He's right down the back of the board, and lucky it was rolling out the back, and once he's got to the inside break, his wave was already broken, and he's got down the back, ripped onto the rails. I reckon his fingers would have just about gone through the board then, trying to hang on to that wave. And he'll come in, and he may well win this event by more than a minute, David. He's just about got another 50 yards to go before he hits the flag. He'll cross the line, and then the clock starts. And these guys have, the rest of the team, the crew haven't even hit the wave area yet.
Well, here we go. Mercer's about to cross and come through the flags, and the others are still paddling way out the back, and they've only just really got to the area where they may, if they're lucky, catch a wave, similar to Darren Mercer. Now, Mercer's through now.
Mercer's crossed the line, and the clock will start now, and here's a wave at the back. Greg Naylor's on the red board, and he's on it as well from City of Perth, and Craig Riddington on the yellow board with a sky blue cap. Now, Riddington's surfing the wave. He's taken a right and a left turn, and he's enjoying himself out there. Craig Riddington, I think he's attempting to win the board display as well as the Malibu leg of the pentathlon. He's laid down now, he's down the back of the board, and it's crunched him. And has he made it? We've just lost him out of the picture. Yes, and he's popped out. It's good surfing from Riddington, and also Naylor. Riddington was completely covered by that whitewash then, but he held onto it, and it's come right through. And now these guys will have to race up between the orange flags, and they'll be trying to get the second and third points here. Riddington sprinting across now. They're neck and neck coming up, across the line, and I'd give it to Naylor. I'd say Naylor was about maybe a half a length ahead of Riddington there, and he'll take second points. So that's 2 points to Naylor and 3 points to Riddington. So far Riddington has done very well, David. He's finished well back in the beach bit, but he won the ski. He was up there. Sorry, won the one of the other legs.
He won the ski, and then he finished, what, second or third in the swim?
In the swim.
He's finished
and
second
or third
in the board.
So he's up there as well.
The thing is, of course, the flags coming up, the last event, they can't really start that until all of them are there.
That is interesting. Exactly, yeah, that is right.
It's,
but no, they may not. You know, they may still have to start the event before the last competitor gets there. And I think they will.
It's obviously a problem with having the flags as the last event. You'd almost think that they should have the flags as the first event, because it's now over 90 seconds since Mercer hit the beach, and so it seems that they're going to hold it up until all of the competitors come through. In fact, I still think there's one out the back there, isn't there? Yes,
there is still one competitor left out the back, and I don't think that they'll wait for him. Actually, I think they're just readying themselves now, and they'll start this event any second. They're putting a shirt on now, and we can see it looks like it's Koski of Swansea Belmont on screen now, has just taken one of the waves, and he held a nice bounce, and he's going to be running up, and will he make it in time? He's about 100 yards from the flags. He'll have to really sprint up the beach, otherwise they're going to start the beach flags without him. And you can see on screen now we've got the 5 competitors ready for the flags. Okay. Down now. What they'll do is they give them a heads down, and up they go. And we've got a false start there. That'll give the competitors a bit of a rest. They probably did that on purpose, actually, to give themselves a rest. And they're off. And diving for a flag, and let's see who's missed out. Craig Riddington's looking around for a flag, and it looks like there was one too many flags. Oh, of course. Now, what happened there, David, is they would have set the course, assuming that everyone would have completed the board leg. And what's happened was there was too many flags, and we haven't had any of the competitors knocked out. So what they'll have to do, they'll have one more run through now.
Well, I suppose that's fair enough. I mean, they've set the 8 flags, and if they're good enough to come back, but as we've already been told, Guy Leach and Goldsworthy have been disqualified for failing to complete the ski league properly.
That's right.
And so we've still got, now we're down to 5. I think we're going to have 5 back in. Koski's run up the beach and tried to get a start. Well, all he didn't even go to the start line to go into the flags. He's just run straight at the beach and grabbed the flag that was left over. So they have eliminated one, Koski.
Okay, and it was interesting there to see Craig Riddington too. He was looking around, there was another flag next to him. He was probably thinking if he picked up 2, he might get an extra point. So, but no such luck, and another false start there. Second false start. Craig Riddington looking very jumpy at this stage. They're off, and Noble's up very well. Rington's quite well in the centre, and also Mercer's got a flag. And it looks like McDermott of Greg Naylor from City of Perth has missed out. He's the first one to go out the flags. Okay, we're left now with Peter Noble of the entrance on the top of your screen. We've got on the white cap of Tim McDermott, who is the junior competitor. There you can see Craig Riddington, second from the bottom of your screen with a sky blue cap, and next to him the winner of the Neutral Grain Ironman series, Darren Mercer, showing his incredible versatility. Another couple of false starts, these guys very towy. Okay, and Peter Noble up easily first. Looks like Craig Riddington's in trouble. And yes, Craig Riddington, not even bothering to dive, he's gone out, but he's still taking points for fourth there. And he's done quite well. He's not a fast competitor on the beach, so he obviously suffers in the sprint and the flags. So Craig Riddington out, but what an accomplished Ironman this guy's been, David, over the years. He's had many places in Australian titles and finished equal third in the Neutral Grain Ironman series this year, and what a versatile competitor.
Well, we've got him coming up later on in the day, of course, in some more competition, but let's have a look at the three competitors left, and they're off again, and this is going to be tight. Who's missed out? McDermott, I think.
No, it's McDermott. That's right. McDermott's missed out, and we're left. It'll be fought out, the final two, where they shake hands. We fought out between Darren Mercer from the Thurul Club. You can see him with the one blue stripe, and next to him from the entrance with the two blue stripes on the white cap is Peter Noble.
Well, this will be interesting because I would think, just roughly calculating the points at the moment, Riddington and Mercer are the two, and it'll be very interesting to see which one wins. If Mercer can win this, he'd just about take the competition.
I think that's about right. And Noble's up better, but Mercer looks like he might be running him down, but no, Noble's come through with it, done a somersault as he grabbed the flag. So a good winner there in the beach flags to Peter Noble from the entrance, and in second place as they shake hands is Darren Mercer, winner of the Neutral Grain Ironman series this year, beating Guy Leach, and what an amazing performer he is.
Well, there we are. They're the points, and of course the lowest number of points first and the higher number of points going down in the order there. So Darren Mercer, the winner with 13. Tim McDermott, he was the surprise because he'd been polling well all through the events and didn't finish really all that highly in any event. He just kept on finishing third and fourth, and those points being picked up regularly throughout the competition were enough for him to take second, just in front of Craig Riddington, Naylor fourth, and then back in the field Newman, Koski, Leach, and also Goldsworthy. So Darren Mercer, a great victory there, and certainly he's had a magnificent summer so far.